Welcome, or welcome back if you have been before. Welcome back if you've never been here before. My name is Martha and this is my Moxie Life. I am a flight attendant based in the US, and I have heard that a lot of people are going to training. And I'm getting so many questions about it, and so I thought I would make a video that talked about some very important tips going into training. This is going to be very cut and dried and very organized, and I would love it if in the comments, if you have questions, please ask them in the comments, or if you are currently in flight attendant training or you just finished and you have your own tips or things that you learned while you were in training, please put those in the comments as well, because we can all learn from each other's experiences, and I just think that would be amazing. All right, so here we go. These are six things that I think are super important to know going into flight attendant training. So here we go. All right, the number one thing that I would like to share with you is that you need to be saving money. So if you have a few weeks or more before your actual training class starts, that's amazing, that's perfect. Many airlines do not pay you during training, but a few do. My current airline paid us, but it was a very small amount, and we didn't get it until after we graduated, and then of course it was taxed just like a paycheck, so it came out to be just a little bit of money. But during training, most of your needs are taken care of as far as your room, so your lodging and your food, but there are some things that they don't cover. So here's a few of the things that they don't cover. They don't pay for your laundry. They usually don't pay for you to get any extra groceries or snacks. If you want to get your nails or your hair done during training, if you're going to go out for any meals, or go out with friends to do something fun in your downtime, you're going to have to foot the bill for that on your own. So my recommendation is to start putting a little bit of money aside as soon as you possibly can. Now, if your training date is coming up right away, hopefully you have received this information before now. It is something that a lot of people will tell you that have gone through training or are current flight attendants and know that it is important that you save money. So start saving now, start saving your pennies, and you will be super glad you did.
Hello, I like money.
All right, as soon as you can, and if it's an available option, join an online group with some or all of your classmates if possible. Both of my training classes for both airlines had Facebook groups, and they were invaluable. We shared information before class, during class, and after class, and it was just really nice to have that source of bouncing things off of each other. And actually with both classes, we still maintain contact and ask each other questions, especially with my current airline. Occasionally if we're unclear about something in the contract or whatever, or we just celebrate each other's birthdays or, milestones in our lives. All right, number 3 is packing. All right, my recommendation is that you pack like you're going on a 1 to 2 week trip. So no matter how long your training is, some trainings are 3 weeks, some trainings are 8 weeks, but you will have access to laundry, so you don't need to pack all these millions of different outfits and clothes. Don't overpack. Trust me on this. Leave room in a larger suitcase for uniforms that you're going to bring home, or bring an extra smaller duffel bag with you. Or I know some people went to TJ Maxx or Ross and bought a little suitcase or bag to put their uniforms in to take home with them, or any extra stuff that they may have picked up along the way. Sometimes I noticed people got there and they wanted a different pair of shoes or whatever that they didn't bring with them. For my first training, I brought way too many clothes. There were so many things that I never even wore. So do not overpack. I also recommend packing clothing that you can wear in layers. Most of the training centers are kept very chilly. I think they think that keeps you awake or something. So depending on the dress code for the airline that you're working for and during training, I could recommend maybe a light short sleeve blouse or a t-shirt with a longer sleeve, lightweight top over it, and then maybe a cardigan or a sweater that you could take off. Our training center was freezing, and it was nice to layer up during our lecture sections. And then once we went to do drills or proficiencies and you were kind of moving around a little bit more and you didn't feel like you needed all that, you could take something off. And so I have actually created a packing list. It's a very extensive, exhaustive packing list that you may or may not want everything on. If you want my list, please email me. My email is in the description for this video, and just say that you want my packing list and I will email it over, and you could take it, leave it, use some of it. Anyway, it's just the things that I would recommend having after being through 2 trainings. All right, number 4, eat well, rest well. So this is a 2-parter. At my first training, eating well was a little easier since in our room we had a kitchenette and we were able to cook and do kind of a meal prep that we could take with us. Like we could bring a little lunchbox. They had big fridges that we could put everything in. And in my second training, we did not have the luxury of a kitchenette. It was just a regular hotel room. They did give us a debit card that we could use at the cafeteria and the restaurants in the training building. So they did have a lot of hot food and fresh options like salads and stuff if you wanted to do that. There were also, I think, 2 other cafeterias in the building that you could venture out and see. They had different options at different ones. So a lot of us just brought some like healthy snacks to pack in our little lunch bags for times that we were in the classroom and just had an emergency hangry situation, or we wanted to have, you know, some nuts or maybe even just like a handful of like Sour Patch Kids or something like that. So and then I brought and made my own coffee and protein shakes in the room. Now, as far as resting, it can be a little bit tricky because you are so busy and you have so much to learn and study and remember. But if you're anything like me, you're not going to remember anything if you're not rested, if you're not taking time to rest and recharge. So please get sleep. So I know that not everybody needs the same amount of sleep, but recognize what you need and take it. Don't let other people's situations or how they work best to affect your situation. Use earplugs, eye masks, sound machines, whatever it takes to help you to get your best rest. And supplements if you need to take supplements. I know a lot of people take different things to help them sleep well. To give you the best rest possible. I know it can be tempting to go out and party and hang out with everybody because you have all these new awesome coworkers, but please fight the urge to do it every night. Pick a day and let that day or afternoon or evening be your time to relax and have fun, and then stick to it. Don't be swayed. Remember, this whole process is still a part of your job interview. Every minute of this is a part of your job interview. So, and they tell you that the people at the hotels are watching for the company. So I would just like to put that out there. Don't neglect giving yourself breaks. There was a really nice gym near the hotel that we were staying at, and it was really nice. They had a little jacuzzi and stuff in the women's locker room, so I'd go over and just hang out in the jacuzzi for half hour or so just to kind of wind down. So that was really nice. All right, number 5, do your best to get along with others. There's going to be at least 50 people in your class, and there's going to be at least 10 trainers working with you guys and rotating through. There's going to be many others that you likely will have to interact with during the weeks ahead. Not everyone is going to be your cup of tea, and nor will you be theirs. But that's okay. Like, that's how life rolls. That's the nature of this industry. You will work with different flight attendants each trip, different pilots, often every leg of a trip, gate agents, rampers, and not everyone will be having their best day ever. My goal when I'm on the line is to recognize this and know that I may not make their day better necessarily, but I don't have to make it worse. A kind word, a hello, a thank you goes a long way. Appreciate the value someone adds to your day. So just be kind, be helpful, be respectful of others' time and space, and just be generous. All right, this is the number 1 thing that I want you guys to remember, and I put it at the end, so hopefully you've made it this far through the video. Congratulations if you have. Number 6, and probably the most important one, I would say, is to keep your focus. keep your focus. So what does that mean, to keep your focus? As I mentioned, this is a month-long job interview and you alone will get the job or be released. Stay focused on your journey and don't be sidetracked by a classmate's journey or drama they may be going through or even starting. I found myself in some drama, especially in the first training that I did, and I was really just an innocent bystander and thankfully not a casualty. But it was brutal to witness and go through and so unnecessary. But this process can be quite stressful and a lot of folks don't know how to handle situations like that in a healthy way, which is unfortunate, but it just says that this most likely is not the job for them. So make sure you study in a way that benefits you. I almost failed a proficiency because I was helping a classmate and didn't tend to my own business. I really buckled down for the retake and passed that easily the second time, but it was scary and I never let that happen again. So I focused on my job. So I'm focusing on my job. You aren't there to get someone else a job. You want the job. Focus on you. All right, guys, those are my top 6 things that you should know going into training. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget, if you want that packing list sent to you, please email me. My email is in the description and I will send that right on over. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.